lakad matatag!
Normally. He's gonna purge off every single searing chains, but it is a high skill hero pick. You have to make so much happen. This situation can get pretty unfortunate pretty quickly, but Mr. Jeans, very wise. Amisho just a breath behind. Isn't there in time for that water and steel.
Well, Mr. Jeans is able to grab a rune, but up in the top lane, well, Jupiter ends up getting punish maneuver, which, well, fair enough, right? Because it still is going to be tough. Maybe Nuagas can get a cog trap to set up for an arrow from that mid lane, but right now, he's got other things to worry about. Pyko gonna TP himself in, but there's a TP coming in from the Abba as well. That TP is actually cancelled, however, so Arctic will not be making his way over, and Elmisho does not have the backup he needs to live.
Yeah.
As of right now, his plan is to just try and build himself up as a damage dealer, regardless of the hero itself. As Mr. Jeans, that was a very bad idea. Wow. Yeah, that was a mistake. Made towards the Sanj already. Probably going to be just that halberd build-up that we see from him pretty often as Nuagas. Okay. Trying to protect a bounty rune. He is going to get it, but at what cost? Because Vitali is pushing in. Had the stolen whirling axes. Now he steals the cogs. And he's going to use it to try and trap Jupiter, who is nowhere near his level 6 yet, so just got to try and walk it out. But he's able to do so because, realistically speaking, they have like 2 or 3 forms of lockdown, and they used all of it on the first 4 times in a row. And yeah, the Mirana play here as a core hero, I really want to liken it to, oh, hold on a second, as Heiko tried to make a jump in, but he's not in time. That is unfortunate, and very strange for Heiko to be the one to make that play, considering Nuagas was trying to get in position for the hook shot, a much less valuable kill to hand over.
Power in Roche Gold. Amisho, who has only been participating in, 6 kills, hasn't gotten a lane. He's got 5 last hits. He's only 500 gold away from a Blink Dagger because he's just been involved with the team, making these huge rotations.
He's now TPing his way mid.
Yeah.
Taro, he can't save the tower, but he denies.
He wants to be patient, but they need to, at the very least, get some vision back. They've placed their own kind of triangle sentry ward here, and it looks like Nuagas finally will get taken down. But he's been able to farm himself up an entire Force Staff while he's been on his little outing here. Clockwork's definitely been getting some XP.
Well, at this point, if you're Alliance.LATAM, do you start to consider drastic action? As they are pushing on to Mr. Jeans, okay. Pretty valuable kill there, but ET, is there a realm where Alliance.LATAM entertain the notion of...
Well, very scary.
Oh, he's disarmed immediately, though, and yeah, he's got to back off. Jupiter just trying to, at this point, run interference, but he is going to get silenced, and yeah, they'll pick him off, but better to lose the Ember than to lose your Troll Warlord, and Jupiter has buyback if they really do need. Got to do something. Let's see what the play is. Nuagas still out of the base. Mini still out of the base. A second lane of racks will fall, and ET, if nobody's coming back, I mean, bottom lane's open. They could just swing for the Megas right now. No runes really are out of time. They're going to start bringing heroes back, and Jupiter once again tries to make some sort of distraction play happen. He's taken down, but quickly buys back. Analog, a little bit further forward than he would want here, but he's able to get himself out. Don't want to use that Aegis prematurely. But his teammates just get into position for that final siege. Tier 3 tower bot under attack. No runes have brought everyone that they've got, but it is worth noting now, after Jupiter's buyback, they don't have any more, and Jupiter actually just dies a second time. Mr. Jeans gets tossed out of the base. So he just had to pop his BKB ET to get back home. So now they don't have it for the fight, and I'm not even sure there can be a fight here. Elmisho says, I want the fight, goes in, Avatos, takes down Mini again, no buyback available, and that really should be the end of it.
Yeah, we don't even get to see a Troll ulti, Troll BKB. There's so much time in the world spent trying to build up, and sadly, trying to deal with this Huskar pick that was just too much. Just missed it in the bans, missed it with their first phase Ember Spirit, and baits no runes into also a kind of bad carry. So it's kind of a battle of the...
DOT's just not quite enough. Vitali will live. Turns around for the axes, though, so Elmisho feels confident to push in for the kill, and he's got it. dies immediately afterwards, but that's first blood.
Yeah, first blood gets though. What is still a very slow hero is, you know, not the slowest in the lane, but this lane does get more difficult, and without Gardic really making any effort to pull, it's a little bit more difficult. Bottom though, yeah, gets walked down. Just level 3.
Not fun for Mini either, who is getting a little bit bullied here, but here comes his support back to the lane. They're immediately gonna jump on him though. Do they have the cooldowns for this, though? They're going to try with the axes. Fade Bolt's up in 1. And they've got him again. And now Mini, you don't want to be here. Mini. Doppelganger's away. Do they guess right? Well, who needs to guess? We've got axes, but may need to walk that statement back a little bit. Mini is still trying to dance his way around, but there's that Fade Bolt again. Nope. Not even going to need it. Tali hits with the axes a 3rd time in the fight. And this
lane's just annoying, and Mini does not have the capabilities to just kind of idly sit by and wait. He hasn't bought a raindrop. You know, he's not really making this lane work for him right now.
Oh, Gardic. Getting himself into a little bit of trouble there, and a solid maneuver there. However, speaking of maneuvers, here comes Analog, rotating his way bottom. Looking for what should be an easy pickoff onto Nuagas. Need a little bit more damage to finish the job. They do manage to get it, but over on the other side of the river, El Misho is on the run, trying to dodge through the trees. Mini does have Lance up, but, well, Phantom Rush will do it instead. So, saves himself some mana and his cooldown. He doesn't have TP for about 8.
No, but Mr. Jeans looking to maybe make something happen, but he veers off back into the jungle. Might see more from him once he actually has his Witchblade, but in the meantime, he has got a nice little lead for himself. 400 gold ahead of the Batrider, and several fights break out.
So August gets roared and finished off there in that south side jungle, whereas Gardic tried to...
As they got into it, but without the Snapfire Kisses, I don't know.
Oh,
that kind of seemed like a Hail Mary from the start.
The instant that Analog survives that initiation top, he TPs himself down to the bottom lane. They get the roar, and well, because they use the roar, they keep the lasso. Analog did not have to deploy that, so lane's done. It's over. PL's got to rotate away. He doesn't have a tower anymore, and at least his teammates are trying to make something happen on the other side. Gardic...
Sadly, you don't have any revenge play, even though Mr. Jeans finished Witchblade, looking to do some damage here.
Okay. They are getting onto the Rubik. Amisho, though, is not going down all that quickly, and they have to commit the Dream Coil. That's really not what they wanted, but they will get the kill. Mini, in the meantime, is trying to track onto Gardic. Boundless Strike comes in from Heiko, and they will be able to finish it off. So both the supports on Alliance.LATAM go down. No runes may not have been...
Pretty rough, but Jupiter has those kisses. They'd love to kill a core. Even though top, look at this.
Oh, the lasso.
Caught him off guard, but...
Good attempt at the end there, but just not enough separation he can cause, and that Invis rune is big. El Misho... Okay. DOT is kind of taking him down, but he's standing inside of the Seeds AoE, so that saved his life initially, but he's still in some trouble here. Heiko, though, gets immediately lifted up. That's not the best use of Wukong's command ET, but Taro's starting to work towards that Scotty, and then, well, not quite Doomsday, I suppose, but pretty close to it is what's going on here. Analog... Ooh. Gets in, pops the Arcane, lasso deployed, Mini with no backup, and did not have quite enough illusions at the start of that fight to really make Analog guess.
Yeah, really well played from Analog. Very patient, doesn't blow his load. Very nicely paced out. As here's the global, here's the play, but they need more. And also, Vitaly's here with the Helm of the Overlord. There are more heroes coming. Analog's a little crazy for that one, though.
Okay, yeah, that was... I don't know what that was. That was not the greatest of decisions, just not showing respect to the Wukong's command damage. But Alliance.LATAM are still going to push forward as best as they can. Kataro's making his way into this fight, but the Diffusal Blade is really going to burn through a lot of that mana. That forces out a defensive Stone Gaze. And that just felt like...
I don't know. We'll have to see. There is the coil, and coil, yeah, from the Rubik. Just using it to use it, though. It was about to time out, and El Misho doesn't want to go down for that casual play, but, well, Jupiter.
Well, you may not want to go down for the play there, but Analog says, let's go. Let's get it. Jupiter's too far out of the base. I got a Blink Dagger. Easy maneuver, no BKB needing
to
to...
continue to be the annoying Medusa. He's even going to turn his build around and look for a Maelstrom just to try and deal with the PL. It's not a perfect solution. It's one that you can still handle, but there's still no heart, and any pick is going to result in more damage. Damage that No Runes really cannot afford too much more of.
No Runes really only have the one glyph left, so they have to be so selective in terms of how they want to use it. Force Staff pushes Guitarro into the fight. They need to be able to back him up. Global Silence, though, does come in, but there's your Manta. Dream Coil deployed to incredibly little effect. And that's, what, 2 or 3 ults used? And ET effectively, No Runes are right back where they started. They're still getting put under siege, and they didn't find any range for the lasso alongside his Blink. El Misho picked up a Blink Dagger as well in the interim, so... I mean, it's full steam ahead, and look at the target they find. That is Mini pulled back, roared up, dead to rights, no buyback. And that may just be the game right then and there. They're going to try their best, but Jupiter is already down. His buyback unavailable as well, and... yeah. The Megas are picked up. El Misho throwing the kisses out. At this point, just for style points. And there's your GG. No Runes. Not the way that they wanted to go out here in Pro Series ET. They get demolished in Game 1, and...